Welcome back, everybody. I actually just forgot where I parked for a second. I had to walk back. I'm in Jesse 206, but we are here at Hollywood Studios. I don't think that we have been to this park since New Year's, which is crazy. So finally back over here. We have unfortunately started spring break here in Florida. The crowds are going to be pretty busy today, but we're gonna try and stay optimistic that we'll still be able to have a good time. Florida starts their spring break next week. Today is Friday, so technically today has started spring break. But yeah, so I know the lowest tier passes I think are blocked out this next week because of, again, local spring break. But yeah, I'm seeing waits inside of the app pretty high. Hopefully it's not too bad today. Weather is fantastic. We are low 80s, not too bad with the humidity. Some cloud coverage. Right now the sun is behind some clouds, so it's just really, really good. And hopefully we can still just have some fun here at Hollywood Studios, maybe meet up with some friends and just kind of hang out, have some good vibes. But again, we do have to embrace the fact that we are in spring break time here in Florida. Now, for those of you that haven't experienced spring break, it's a hard thing to kind of explain what the levels are like. You know, it's not quite at the same levels that you get for, let's say, something like Christmas time, but it's weird because people just have different spring breaks. So it's kind of longer than the holiday crowds because the holidays kind of last about the middle of December till about the first week of January, where here we are in March and spring break crowds are going to last till April. And we have a late Easter this year. I think it's April 20th. And then pretty soon after that, you're gonna have schools letting out. So I think this is gonna be a rough year for spring break crowds because we're gonna go from spring break to maybe I don't know, 2 weeks of not totally crazy crowds right into summer crowds. So it's gonna be kind of rough. I didn't make a reservation for today. Thankfully, there's no issues. I think right now you have to make reservations to the park. It's after 2 p.m. though, so I think it's just kind of come as you go for pass holders. I totally forgot. I have to start making reservations over the next few weeks again because it's been good to go days for weeks. Yeah, I think they're back here now for pretty much the next month and a half. I can see a lot of crowds up by Mickey and Minnie's. I think I'm heading over to Mama Melrose's to meet up with Dev for some lunch. So I might do that really quick and then we'll probably continue on. Did you guys notice my Mickey sunglasses? So Mickey Mouse is there. Yeah, they're kind of fun. I bought them a while ago. I think there's a scratch on this lens. I don't know if you can see it there. I don't even know what happened. I think I put them in my bag and I ended up scratching, unfortunately, but I like them. And they work really well, funny enough. They work super well. Now, I don't know the best time to visit during spring break. If you had to come during spring break and that was your time to come to the parks, I don't know what I would really say would be the optimal time. I would go out on a limb and say Sundays would be the best because we were at Universal on Sunday and it wasn't too busy, but then I think either Monday or Tuesday we went and it was super busy. And a lot of times we have really good luck going on Sundays. So I would say if you are coming during the busy time, try a Sunday. Again, that's just kind of a guess, but at least from a local, that's kind of what I see is Sundays tend to be a little bit less crowded than any of the other days during the busy times of the year. As you can see, everybody coming out of Galaxy's Edge and going into Galaxy's Edge. Mama Melrose's, I think this place will be leaving when we get the Monsters Inc. land over here. So I'm gonna go have some lunch. So I have had lunch today. Dev, this is your first time eating here in general, but it's your first meal of the day too, right?
Well, I had breakfast. It was very small, but it's 5 o'clock and I haven't really had much to eat, so I'm gonna go pretty hard. Well, not too hard. But the reason why I wanted to come here, Dylan, is because when you look at the menus, Mama Melrose's, they have a really good selection of not just everything, but healthier and lighter options. And they have fish. I got the blackened mahi-mahi on a bed of ratatouille, and I'm just very excited about it.
Yeah, honestly, their menu choices were pretty nice, and I mean, obviously pasta, it's going to be a little higher carb than everything like that. But yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of decent options here. Yeah, Dev did the fish. I went with the soup. I did eat already today, so having something a little. Yeah. But you know what? They did say this is closing down May 10th. Will be the end of Mama Melrose's. So at least we're getting in one more time before it closes down. And talking to the cast member here, they don't know where they're going at this point. They said that they will be shifting to another restaurant. So yeah, we'll see what happens. You tried the bread. How did you like it?
I did not like the bread at all. I thought it was trash. I think they need to do a bit better, but it makes me feel a little bit better not to eat it.
That's fair, yeah. I guess it's just going to be raw calories and carbs. Yeah, I'm going to go in here. I did... Full disclosure, I've had Mama Melrose's once, like 2 years ago. We had the pasta and it was okay. Definitely not a restaurant that I think I would come to normally, but it's been a while since obviously I've been here, and then, it's closing down, so might as well get in. There we go. We have the minestrone soup. It is piping hot. Nice sized portion actually, $10 for that. And then Dev over here got the mahi there. That looks really good. Plated actually super well. I mean, that just looks healthy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So overall, I would have to say the food was okay again. Not my favorite. The minestrone, I'd give like maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Not super good. The bread at first was not bad, and then I had a little bit more to like dip into my soup. Didn't love it. The bread in general feels almost like, I don't know, like it smells like very doughy. I don't know. We used to have this place back in Illinois that you could like mess with like the dough. They would like bring it to the table and you could just like mess with like raw dough, and it just smells like that. But overall, yeah, I would say it was okay. I guess I kind of see why maybe I haven't totally returned to Mama Melrose's. However, Dev loved his dish. We were sitting just chatting, and I feel like within 3 to 4 minutes, the entire dish was gone, which is hilarious. I knew he was hungry, but yeah, that was crazy how fast he ate that, and he said it was really good. So if you guys are coming here, maybe check the fish of the day. Again, you only have until May 10th, but if you're here, fish of the day is probably the choice to go. Dev was just pointing out we have Michael Eisner with Star Wars, original creators here, some of the original cast, some original photos. Oh my gosh, these are like old. Wow. More Mickey, just some like classic photos. Wow. It's all going away so soon. Well, we have Nicole with us now. She has joined up, got off work, and now we are here enjoying the park again. Very busy right now, so finished up our meal. Dev has headed out, and now I guess let's go see, maybe we can do some rides, just kind of like talk, hang out, and yeah, let's go see what the lines are looking like. Dev did say that he rode single rider on Rise and it was like 30-ish minutes on a posted 65. So maybe we'll do single rider? It's crazy to think that this whole land will be transformed. I mean, I don't know how long, but maybe at some point in the next year or so. I think they are moving forward with this one kind of sooner than later. But this is all going to be Monsters, Inc., which is going to be crazy. There's a lot of room to build, like beyond. So I wonder what they could do. I mean, I don't know. And I'm imagining inside here is where we are going to get this coaster inside of Muppets. But I don't know. I mean, I think they'd have to extend it based on, the fact that you're going to have a coaster in there, right? So we haven't done the single rider yet for Rise, and it's right here. I think it's posted 55 in the app. So let's go check it out. Let's go see how this is working. I think this just popped up not too long ago as far as like the single rider. And then maybe we'll head over to Tower. I don't know, the crowds feel like they're slightly going down. Maybe people were here this morning and like into the afternoon. I saw a lot of people like exiting the park, so maybe they're park hopping. But again, I mean, we're starting spring break here, so I don't know. I mean, it's just busy as we're walking around, but the lines aren't horrible. The park is open till 9:30 though, and Fantasmic has a showing at 10, which I feel like whenever they do that, you're in busy season because they almost never do a Fantasmic show that late. But yeah, at least the queue's not outside out here, so maybe we kind of luck out. So there it is, 55-minute posted. Let's see if we can find single rider. So I think it is, okay. Single rider is over here, kind of in a weird position. So just so you guys are aware, you have the regular entrance over there to the left. Right here you have Lightning Lane, and it looks like single rider will be over here. You kind of have to go like through the exit. This is weird. So they're holding signs. So I wonder if because it's kind of like new, that they don't really have this officially made up yet. So this is kind of bizarre. Look at this. Yeah, there's another sign. And then it looks like we're gonna just kind of like cut through right over here. I feel like we're back in, where did we go? St. Thomas, St. Martin? Wait, like the big like caves in the rocks?
The line people
Look at all
taking
this.
forever though.
I know, this is crazy. I feel like this is like backstage, it feels like. Look at us go. All right, I'm kind of navigating through. Where are we gonna spit out? This is weird.
Right outside the ship.
So you get stopped right here. That is actually where you enter the ship, and you do that. So they're doing the little kind of evacuation there, or I guess they're gonna board and then they're gonna get evacuated. And I wonder if we're just gonna go around. I don't think that we do like that ship portion. I think we're actually gonna like head around it. All right, here we go. So we're heading behind the ship. Yeah, so they're all gonna load, and we're gonna go back here. Here we go. This is crazy. I'm kind of digging this. Just like go all the way up. I know it does. I feel like Rise is such an experience in the queue. All right, here we go. Stop here. We're in. We are single filing right now. Here we go. This is nice. And there we go. So we are going to come right up here. I guess we'll see how long this ends up taking because we do have to fill the spots ultimately. But this is pretty close, I would say. I guess again, it's gonna
ride this again with you if this is the line.
I know. We're gonna be riding this solo all the time. This is really short. Well, again, we have to see how long this takes, though. All right, so about 15 minutes. Not bad.
Yes, General. Enemies of the First Order, we will soon snuff out your meager resistance. You chose the wrong side, and now you will pay. The Resistance prisoners.
You have what I want. You know the location of the secret base, and I will take it from you.
We are needed on the bridge.
Keep the prisoners here. I will return to finish this personally.
Those droids are programmed to return you to Batu. Hurry and don't get caught. Lieutenant, I'll guide you.
Recruits, for your safety, stay seated with seatbelts securely fastened. Keep hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the transport and supervise your children. What? Tell them it's a prisoner transfer. Did it work? Good. Now get a move on. There's a clear path to the turbo lifts at the end of the hallway. Turn right. A probe droid. You're lucky it didn't spot you. Take those turbo lifts and stay out of trouble.
Hey, you're not authorized. Wait, those are the prisoners. Your range is at touching Lot 3.
Cover is blown. Find an alternate route. Who picked these two droids anyway?
If anyone's packing a blaster, now's a good time. The escape pod's just below us. Wait, why are you going up? I said down. Up is bad. Up is real bad.
The Resistance will attempt to rescue the prisoners.
They have neither the resources nor the courage to engage us.
You underestimate their conviction. Raise the shields!
Shields? I see no evidence.
Now!
Sound the alarm! All personnel to their stations!
Sir, the prisoners have escaped.
How brave, but ultimately hopeless. There's nowhere to run.
No, they're still not working.
Your efforts are wasted. You cannot escape me. Your precious resistance is about to be destroyed.
Your escape pods came in a little off target. Ground crews will meet you outside the wreck.
All right, nice job, recruits. Not what you signed on for, but hey, your resistance now.
Well, not bad. Like I said, maybe 15 minutes or so before we got into the interrogation room. And then obviously the ride is like 4.5 minutes or so. So that was pretty good. As far as the extra walking and stuff, I'd say maybe total time from like getting in the queue to getting off the ride, like 25 minutes or so. That's pretty good. So single rider, definitely a nice little trick if you guys are coming here during spring break. However, I beat you getting off.
I feel like when he had us stand on that wall, we were like stuck on that wall for a while, and I saw you walk off, and I think like once you started walking, you didn't stop, and we were kind of just stuck there for a few minutes. But I'm surprised that you were off. I was like, oh, I'll just wait here for him. So I'm glad I messaged you, or I would have been standing there for a while.
So I noticed again some B mode things going on there. The little rockets weren't working. I think I heard they're working over, oh, there goes a squirrel. Almost just stepped on it. The one scene with Kylo where like the thing swings down, instead he's still just in like the fighter out there on like the screen. And then also the cannons still aren't moving. I know, I think out in Disneyland, they fixed theirs. Ours are still not fixed, unfortunately. Nicole wants to try out the cold brew black cafe here, so we're gonna try this out. We haven't had it. It has like the like cocoa puffs up here, and it's right over here where you get the popcorn. So we're gonna go get in line, try this out. Oh man, I mean, it looks fun, but also that is some dark coffee.
You gotta mix it.
Oh wow, you're not just gonna like sip off the top? That's all just cream cheese.
That is cream cheese. That is 100% cream cheese. I think for being a Joffrey's coffee, it's actually one of like the better ones that we've had because I keep striking out with the Joffrey's I want. So this one's kind of simple, and maybe that's why like it's better than the others.
I would say it's definitely doable. You know, we don't love Joffrey's here, unfortunately. I know a lot of people love it. Nicole and I just aren't huge fans of it, but I will say that's one of the better, you know, coffee drinks that has Joffrey's. There are the crowds that we were expecting. Now, that is the line for Rise of the Resistance. So yeah, maybe we got kind of lucky there with single rider and just the crowds in general. I think a lot of people could be hopping over here as well. All right, Nicole, you love Tower of Terror. I would say it's probably, what, a top 3 ride for you?
Oh yeah, hands down.
Okay, so top 3 ride. Battle at the Ministry at Epic Universe, I think it's going to be decently similar.
Okay.
I don't know how the drop system works. Do you feel like Battle at the Ministry will be like a top 3 or potentially the top ride for you at Epic?
I don't know. I think it's hard due to my lack of interest in the wizarding world. So I think that kind of like takes a little bit of it away from me. Like, I mean, I literally just told Dylan that I thought Rise is boring solo because I'm not a Star Wars fan. So it's like, without Dylan there to enjoy it, I'm kind of just like vibing on the ride. So I don't want to just be like vibing on the magic, what is it even called? The Ministry?
Battle at the Ministry, yeah.
The Ministry ride. It's like, I want to truly enjoy it, and part of me is worried if it's too Harry Pottery or Fantastic Beasts or just like part of that realm, like I won't get the same experience as I do from Tower. But I also love the operations of Tower, so it might be like a surprise number 1 or 2 for me. Kind of like HHN houses, like you go into it not interested, and then you're like, wow, I loved that. So this could be my Goblin house.
if people don't love the Wizarding World, but that's why I said like things like Hagrid's and like Forbidden Journey. I talked about this in a previous video. If rides can be really good on their own, like, yeah, so you like Forbidden Journey, you like Hagrid's, so those are both Wizarding World rides. So at the end of the day, like, if they just design a really well-themed ride, you could just be in for like 3 really good attractions within the Harry Potter universe over at Universal. Look at these lines of people up there. There are a lot of people walking here. Spring break, here you go. Look at this, this looks fun. You know, we're supposed to be getting the Cars ride. I think they're actually testing the like kind of the way that they want the ride to feel. So I think they're going in like dune buggies or something out in like kind of dirt tracks and whatever. And I feel like this is like a little mini ride, kind of like what we're gonna be getting over in the Magic Kingdom at some point. And I say at some point because I don't know. It could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 15 years. At some point, we should be getting that over inside of the Magic Kingdom. I don't know when anything is coming at Disney. Looks like Tower is at 60 minutes here, so I think we are going to pass. It is a little after 6 right now, and we still have a few things to do in preparation for the weekend, unfortunately. But you know what? We did get on a ride. We had some lunch today. You know, a fun little quick day here at Hollywood Studios. Again, the crowds are going to be insane considering, again, we have Fantasmic at 10 p.m. And I think there's 2 showings today. We'll check on our way out. That's okay. We don't always have to battle the crowds. This is gonna be kind of the situation for the next few weeks, and we're just gonna accept it. That's just how it's gonna be. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people, but you can still have fun. Single rider, definitely the way to go if you can. If you guys are okay, like kind of skipping or pushing your lunch, the lunch crowds always help out a lot too. So if you're okay like doing rides between like 11 to 3-ish, you'll find a slightly lower wait. It's not gonna go from like, you know, 2 hours down to like 20 minutes, but it'll drop by probably at least 25 to like 35%, whatever like the normal wait would be throughout the day. So I would say if you're okay to like push through that lunch crowd, then I would focus on going on rides around like that noon time frame. It's also the hottest time of the day, but if your like big thing is to get on attractions, definitely do that, because like you'll find that the wait times start to go down for a little bit, and then they'll spike back up around like, you know, 3, 4 o'clock. They'll start to go back up all the way till about 6 or 7 in preparation. Then when the show comes around, again, if you don't mind missing Fantasmic, you can also get on rides then too. Waits will be a little bit lower. So there's kind of a few ways to, you know, battle these spring break crowds. Again, single rider is a great option. Be careful on single rider with Rock and Roller Coaster, because it's only 2 seats per row. A lot harder to fill those. I have heard people waiting 2+ hours in single rider when like the wait is like an hour and a half. So be careful when you're doing single rider. Let's see, shows. Yeah, so 8:30 and 10 p.m. tonight. I forgot to look at this when we came in, but also park closed at 9:30. So anytime Hollywood Studios is past 9, that's another way to know if you're coming during busy season. If it is past 9, typically that means it's gonna be definitely busier. And if you see a 10 p.m. showing and there's 2 showings, that means it's so busy most of the time that this would fill up and you wouldn't have like any spots available and people would miss it, so they do 2. The easiest 2 ways to tell if it is a busy time is by checking these 2 things at Hollywood Studios. Okay, Nicole, we have a lot of changes that are supposed to come to Disney World. So we have Villains Land, we have the Cars area and the Cars ride, we have the like Space Lounge like at Epcot, we have the version 3, I think, for Test Track. We have A Tough to Be a Bug becoming Zootopia.
Okay.
We have Monsters Inc. Land coming over here. Out of all of those, what are you most looking forward to out of everything that has been announced and is kind of in the works?
I think that's a tough question, because I've been to the Cars Land in Disneyland, and I know it's not going to be like identical, but I really enjoyed that. I thought it was like super immersive, so I'm looking forward to that. But at the same time, like, I'm not a crazy big Cars fan. The land was just really cool. I love the villain, so I think that could be really cool. But I also think the Monsters Inc. ride is going to be amazing, and like turning the Muppet area, and like, don't hate me, I don't like the Muppets, into something much cooler in my opinion, is going to be really fun and like new and just bring something to Hollywood Studios that like we need. So, gosh, I would say Monsters Inc. and Villains are like my number one, but I'm really looking forward to the Cars stuff too.
Personally, I think the idea of Villains Land is cool, but we'll have to see because we have Dark Universe, which we're gonna have in just a few months. So how is it gonna compare to like classic monsters? It is a little different because like it's legit villains versus monsters. Like the monsters aren't always necessarily bad, I mean, in their own way, but I guess villains kind of have their own, you know, reason for doing. Yeah, but you know, we'll see, you know, how cool that will turn out to be. But I'm kind of on board with you. Monsters Inc. I don't have a huge attachment to Muppets either. A lot of people have huge attachments to Muppets, so I know they're very upset about Muppets going down. And I think the idea of like destroying something to replace it isn't how I would necessarily approach a lot of things when it comes to, you know, building inside of the parks. I'd rather they just add, because when you destroy and then add, you're not really solving any expansion issues that you have. And there is a lot of room to build here at Hollywood Studios. If you look at the map, like there's a lot of land around here. So they have the room to continue to build in each of the lands, like each of like the areas, there's plenty of space to build. So I would say Monsters Inc. though I'm looking forward to. It was one of like my first like really like big like fan films for myself. Like I really liked it. I was like obsessed with it as a kid. I still love the characters. I think they're hilarious. It's still probably a top Disney movie for me. Not like the number one, but it still just is a great movie and just like just a great like franchise. So I think that'll actually be really good. I think they'll be able to tune that whole area kind of up to, you know, Monsters Inc. But again, Villains Land I think is, you know, a lot of people I'm sure that is a top of their list too. But either way, we are all finished up here. We are heading to the back. I'll show you all of the cars here as we are heading out. It is wild. We are all the way back here. The parking lot is like full. It is crazy right now. But if you guys did have fun with us here today, enjoying some spring break action here at Hollywood Studios, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And I just want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us today. And I appreciate you being here. I didn't realize I was literally the last row to park. Then they started filling up the other side.